Hi, my name's Megan, and I'm here today to show you how we can breathe properly in singing, which is so incredibly important because when we sing, we want to be able to hold notes out really long. We want to have a good tone and not really a shaky pitch as we're trying to hold out notes. And so it's really important to learn how to breathe because we don't just breathe normally when we sing. So how we breathe kind of normally is just like a your shoulders kind of go up and you feel it all up here. Like all up here is just this movement of like, but there's tension within your shoulders. And so when we sing, we want to make sure there's no tension all up here. Everything is relaxed. Your chest is relaxed, your shoulders are relaxed, your neck is relaxed. And so we need to stand in a proper position. So your feet should be shoulder length apart. Make sure your shoulder's like here, and it's almost like you have a string just pulling your head up like this. And so you're just standing. It's like a really good position. This is going to give you the best possible just hole inside of you to fill all the air up that you can. And so I have a diaphragm that kind of shows us what is happening. So when you breathe, your lungs are filling up with air. But because we're think about it this way, you basically can have like a glass, and when you fill up a glass of water, you don't fill it up from the top to bottom. You fill it up from the bottom to top. And so that's how we want to sing. We want to make sure, that's how we want to breathe. We want to make sure that when we take in air, that your whole bottom is filled up first. And so your diaphragm is getting like, it's expanding, your ribs are expanding, and it's going to just kind of come up to the top. And so you want to make sure your chest stays in place and that your shoulders also stay in place. Everything is just very, very relaxed when you do this. So we can do it all together now on the count of 3. So 1, 2, 3, take in a breath. And you breathe it out. It's kind of hard to see because I'm in a black shirt, but when you take in this breath, all of your abdomen, all of your diaphragm and your ribs should be expanding as you fill your body up with this breath. That's really, really good. And if you can't get it at first, that's okay. I'm still working on it at myself because it's really hard when you've been breathing normally all of your life. Like, oh yeah, like it's just really hard to learn a new way with this deep, low breath, but it's super important for singing. And so I have a couple exercises that I want to teach y'all that can help with this deep, low breath. And the first one is called the bend and hang. And so I'm going to have my friend Stephanie come and help me out with this. She's going to demonstrate for y'all. She is a rock star. She's from Switzerland, so we all know she's great. So what we're going to do for the bend and hang is you want to make sure that your feet are shoulder length apart, and that you want to bend your legs just a little bit, just have some bend right there. And then I want you to bend over and start with your neck down. See how her neck is down right here? So she's like leading with her neck being down, and there's no tension. Like everything is just loose, and it's all just coming down. It's like gravity is pulling your body down, and it's really, really great. So everything is loose right here. Her shoulders, there's like no tension. See how her head kind of wobbles, like just back and forth, it just dangles. That's really, really good. You don't want to have, like if her head was like this is holding tension all right here. And we don't want that. We want you to have your head hanging loose. Everything is like loosey-goosey. There's no tension. And then as you're doing this, we want you guys to just go ahead and take in a deep, low breath. So as Stephanie is taking in a deep, low breath, you can almost see like her body is kind of pushing up a little bit off of the ground. And that's really good. You want to make sure all of your weight is in your toes at this point as well. And so as she's breathing in this deep, low breath, all of this right here is expanding. It's almost like as you're breathing, your stomach is expanding down to the ground. Your stomach's going down to the ground. Your ribs are expanding. It's really good stuff. And yeah, it's just really, really good. And so you can do this for as long as you want. It's going to be really helpful for you whenever you sing after this. It's really, really good. So it's really kind of your preference how many breaths you want to take while you're in this position. And then whenever you're finished, you just slowly roll yourself back up. Really, really slowly. We want to make sure that nothing goes too fast. You want to get lightheaded or that you would hurt a muscle or anything in your body. So just make sure it goes really slow, like Steph is doing. I kind of call it like the zombie roll up because it's just so incredibly slow, but it's so good for your body, and how like her neck has no tension. It's just slowly coming back up. It's really, really good. Thank you, Steph. You're awesome. Yes, so that is the first exercise. And now the second exercise I want to show you guys is called the hiss. So the hiss is really, really cool and important and a wonderful exercise to do. And it's really easy too. So as you're taking in this deep, low breath, we want you guys to hiss out with your teeth. Make sure your teeth are clenched together. And it has to be kind of like aggressive. It's like a we want to make sure that you hold this, that this hiss is followed through. So it's not super short, but it's not crazy long either. The hiss is not about like, oh, how long can you hold your hiss out? It's more like, it's all about the compression in your diaphragm. Like, is your diaphragm compressing? Because whenever you breathe in that deep, low breath, your diaphragm expands. Then as you hiss out, your diaphragm like immediately is pushed back in. It gets compressed in. And this is really important. It's a great exercise because it strengthens your diaphragm, and it's going to help you so much with your airflow. And whenever your vocal cords are put together with that airflow, whenever you're singing, it's going to be really, really awesome because you're going to be able to hold out a note longer. Like the tone is going to be really good. The pitch is going to be really good. So this exercise is a great one to practice. So we can do it together now. And so you want to take in a deep, low breath. Just like that. And it's really, really good. So make sure it's kind of abrasive a little bit. It's like like got some oomph to it. But that also, like, all of this right here is relaxed. Your shoulders should be relaxed. Your chest should be relaxed. Everything should be relaxed. The only thing that should be compressing is your diaphragm, because that's what you're strengthening in this exercise. So we can try it one more time. So it's really, really good. It's a great one to practice, and it's super, super easy. So I hope these exercises helped you guys, and that this deep, low breath thing, that we could just even start learning how to do it throughout the day. You can do it in the morning or later in the evening or at night, just to learn how to breathe properly so that we can sing to the best of our ability. And so I really hope that this video helped you guys, and I'm so thankful that you watched it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.